Woo! Happy birthday to Jojo Siwa, who recently turned 17. A massive congratulations on finally being old enough to swim in the deep end of the pool. You are now officially one of the big kids. And yep, that's what the whole title was about. Get Phil DeFranco, loser. Hi again, miscreants, and welcome back to an internal monologue that's been spoken out loud. Today's topic of interest is one that hasn't had their name in my mouth in quite some time, the ever-elusive and ever-literally growing Jojo Siwa. She adds a new inch to her height every time she gets another million followers on a platform. It's a positive feedback loop if you ask me. Nothing too crazy has been happening regarding her and old tweets or whatever. She's just been in the forefront of people's minds because of this one TikTok that she made. There's this thing on the app called the wipe challenge, and basically you're supposed to wipe a mirror. And when you wipe the mirror, you change the outfit you're wearing, but the cut is super clean, so it's supposed to look real. Where Jojo did one where she switches out from her Power Rangers uniform into some casual clothes.
Wipe. Wipe, 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 wipe.
Or at least as casual as she's willing to go, because she's still rocking a Gucci t-shirt after all. I understand it. You gotta distinguish yourself a little bit. I mean, personally, I can't have anyone thinking that I'm, well, you know, poor. Anyways, that video pops on TikTok, gets like 30-something million views, 5.6 million likes, and then even outside of that, I scooted my ass back over to Twitter, where I'm being imprisoned on house arrest until the end of time, and her name is trending on that hellscape of an app too. I had left for 5 minutes, only to come back to all of Twitter shouting that somehow they just knew that Jojo Siwa was a lesbian. You either die young or live long enough to see Jojo Siwa become a TikTok lesbian. I just know Jojo Siwa is a closeted lesbian. You can't tell me otherwise. Jojo Siwa is a lesbian, and I can literally tell just from her body language. She's so gay. And this isn't an insult, it's a compliment. I mean, maybe she is. Unlike Vineyard Vines, I've never known Gucci to be exclusive to one sexual orientation, so she very well could be gay. But that being said, I have no clue if she is. Like, I understand that some of us not straight people are very prideful of our gaydars. Don't ask me why, I don't know. And I get why you may feel those vibes from her, but if she is, then let her do it at her own speed. Like, bro, we ain't even really know for certain. We could accidentally be shooting at dogs out here. That aside, I've seen a lot more people being supportive of Jojo recently, ever since a recent string of TikToks she made where she was just being a real good sport about some of the jokes made about her. And I really do respect that as someone who's making some of the jokes about her. For an example of one of these TikToks though, it's been long theorized that if you were to see all 5'9" of Jojo Siwa sprinting in the dark headed directly for you, it would be similar to if all the Aztec armies came back from the dead and were hurtling towards you as hundreds of screams ran through your ears via the sound of their death whistles. Look it up. Well, Lord Jojo was kind enough to answer this question for us herself.
Imagine this sparkly sprinting at you, full speed. 5'9", she could eat me.
Oh my fucking god, we are all going to die. Did you see the way she moved there? Those were the strides of a practiced predator. Someone who not only has the capacity to hunt you down, but the experience as well. If Jojo ever sets her sights on it, just like she tears the business world apart and makes it her food, she could do to us. I'm sorry, I suddenly feel so comparatively small and insignificant in a world where Jojo Siwa exists. I think I might need some time to myself. Alright, alone time is over, and not a moment too soon, because we got a lot more Jojo Siwa to unpack. For starters, there's more TikTok, boys. I know, it's your favorite. Come here so I can force feed it to you. Choo-choo! Here comes the train. It's about to run your car over. Get off the tracks. How do you even have a license to start with? You're just an infant.
Sparks fly. It's like electricity. I might die.
Wow, that is just terrible. Who lets autocorrect get that bad? Is that what happens when you finally say yes to enabling dictation? It primes the insults it thinks you'll probably say? If that is the case, that would be so useful when you're getting roasted by the group chat. Dictation is just writing the responses for you and all you gotta do is rapid fire the send button. Jokes aside, I do feel for Jojo. I myself have been called bald many a time in my comment section, and despite being untrue, it hurts every time. Just remember, Mrs. Siwa, if you ever waver, the graph they say is supposed to be your hairline is actually just your bank account. Especially since the big dogs of the day, like you and me, Mrs. Siwa, don't pay our taxes. Fraud nation, baby. That's the real pride flag that I'm rocking. Now, she's got a lot of TikToks in the vein of addressing people who at one point didn't like her stuff, but now do. And they all seem pretty good-natured. Like Jojo is just enjoying the ride more than feeling some kind of way about it. Or at least mostly.
Do you? feel guilty.
Yeah, she's earned the right to take a couple pot shots, I think. That wasn't even really a pot shot, if I'm being honest, but she gets to line all of us up like clay pigeons to take aim at one at a time. But only this once, okay? That leaves the question, though. Do I feel guilty? And I mean, not really. And that's because I've never really hated JoJo. I mean, yeah, I made a video on her, but even in that, it was pretty lighthearted, at least from my end, hence the Stray Infinity Gauntlet. But I was trying to just have fun with it, and I'm glad to see that JoJo seems to be having fun with it too. Speaking of people who I'm pretty sure are having fun, here's this.
Hey, C1-ators, it's me, Jojo, and I know I've been gone for a little while, but I'm super excited. Yeah, because we got some sweet new merch at Target. Come on, let's check it out.
Oh, am I allowed to laugh at that? I feel as if I may be angering some people just by copying and pasting this link into the Google Doc, but I have no idea why. I guess I just wasn't prepared for the amount of motion, just such high octane speed. Oh, I get it now. She was airbending, guys. She's just been binging Avatar on Netflix like the rest of us. Speaking of fire being the last thing you learn, though, I found a tweet that voiced what I think a lot of us were thinking somewhere in the back of our heads. Would give anything to spark up with Jojo Siwa right now. This really makes you think, what's Jojo Siwa like to talk to? Like, just in general. What drives her at the end of the day? Does she smoke up on the regular and she's actually really good at rolling? Who knows? I would personally love to pick her business mind, and I would want to ask her what drove her to be so ambitious and productive when she was just 15. I'm not even sure I was ready for high school at that age, but JoJo's over here being the face of a multi-million-dollar media empire. Those were all my thoughts until I realized that Chloe Francis definitely wants this more than me. Want to smoke a bowl with Jojo Siwa more than anything in the universe. Wish I could share a blunt with Miss Jojo Siwa. I need it. And I believe her too. All of those were tweeted within a single minute. Speaking of things that absolutely schmack, Jojo Siwa had a Jojo Siwa themed birthday party. That's right. I guarantee to you that she is having a much funner time than you are right now. Not only is her house opulent, but she put it to the best use it has. Mind-bending parties.
It is currently May 18th, which means it is the day before my 17th birthday.
For one, JoJo definitely knows how to make an entrance. Those teeth are like the centerpiece of the shot, and how could they not be? They look like fresh trimming on a door. Those things are so shiny, you could probably use them to send Morse code signals. Just flashing signals on my teeth for my criminal accomplice to decrypt 10 miles from here. I'm telling him what groceries I want him to pick up before I'm home. I'm really craving Pringles. Our teeth are like a symbolic representation of our two futures. JoJo's is brighter than mine.
And I'm 17. I'm an old grandma.
Okay, so elderly face-filter Jojo Siwa looks like the grandma holding a gun meme. Good to know. Good to know.
Look at these flowers. They have my logo on them.
Ah, yes, a very rare specimen in the wild, the Jojo Siwa breed of rose. A naturally occurring phenomenon that began as soon as Mother Nature got the merchandising rights to it. Also, you know when I said the word opulent before? Well, that's a decent way to describe the rest of this video and the gifts Jojo got in it. The list is extensive and reeks of somebody who has more bank than me. On an unrelated note, I smell of jealousy. She got a diamond necklace that probably costs more money than I've ever made in my life. A video her parents put together of a bunch of Jojo Siwa's family and friends saying happy birthday to her. Very kind. A food truck with a custom birthday menu pulled up in their highway. And last but not least, a Jojo Siwa Monopoly board. I repeat, a Jojo Siwa Monopoly board.
Oh my God, mate. Stop it! Oh, yeah!
Now, I know you're probably in your fight or flight response because of those sounds she just made, but I'm just saying, if somebody came up to me with a Kwite version of Doom Eternal, I'd have no idea what it would look like, but yeah, I'd probably make similar sounds to that as well. So let's do what the wise psychologist Ski Mask the Slump God suggests and take a step back. Of course, you guys know JoJo is well known for her tours around the world at this point, but she hasn't been able to do that these days for, obvious reasons. But apparently, she would rather die of exhaustion than stop performing, because she was rehearsing on her birthday when technically she has no shows. And from what I can tell, this is all because of a little something called Worldwide Live, where when quarantine hit, JoJo decided to build a stage in her backyard. That way she could perform on it and the rest of the world could watch. It brings a whole new meaning to the show must go on. From the looks of it, there have been 4 of these so far, and they are full-on productions. They got the light, the camera, and the performer, and the only thing they're really missing is a crowd, so we have stock footage for that instead.
High up in the sky, hop on what we see on TV.
I mean, as long as it's edited smart and the cameraman never turns a full 90 degrees, we won't have to see what's behind him and looking at the stage. It's kind of genius. I wonder if she gets lonely performing to nobody this often. But like JoJo's social media accounts, these performances seem to be getting just bigger and bigger every time she has one. The first was only like 3 minutes or so, but every single one after that has been getting progressively longer and more high production. Like they started throwing in drone shots, recording at night, just up in the ambience with the lights. Hell, for the third one, they got the whole cast of Five Nights at Freddy's to join. And this fourth one was a birthday special. And I gotta ask, what the fuck? I couldn't even be asked to stream on my stuck inside stay-at-home birthday. But here's JoJo giving a performance that we only match the passion of when we scream lyrics into a shampoo bottle while in the shower. But to close this video on a nice bookend, I think it might be useful to recap how easily Jojo Siwa could best me at any physical competition, including some straight fisticuffs. She's just got the statistical advantage, man. She's taller, stronger, faster, and probably smarter. That's not that hard to do when I'm the thing that's getting compared to, but the point stands. And I mean, the brains is where she really gets you, though. All she has to do is come barreling at you to put you out of commission, but like I said, this is an experienced predator we're talking about. She's not even gonna let you know she's there before descending on her prey. She's not dumb. She moves in silence, and that's that. If you've met her, then you've met your match. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on, unless you want to become Jojo Siwa's next meal. And seriously, don't send her any grief, guys. You know the drill. This is meant to be fun and lighthearted, so let's keep it that way. You can follow me on Twitter at Kwite, on Instagram at Kwite.png, and on TikTok at Kwite TikTok. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I will see you guys next time.